Hey Internet, hey YouTube. I tried this morning to do a challenge. The challenge was to do a Morsel Reform deck. Had 3 attempts, all 3 failed. The third one failing spectacularly with some pretty bad plays. I'm going to attempt to redeem myself and give myself one chance. I'm going to do this off stream, and I'm really hoping that I can pull together a run that puts my name back in good standing. So I'm hopeful that on attempt number 4 we can pull it together. We start with molded. That's quite important for this deck. The trick will be then to get holdover, reduce the cost to 0 so that we can permanently bring back units. We don't really have any great morsel generation cards other than the Shade Splitters. And then Mortal Entrapment could be useful, depends on if we can lower the cost. But this can be very, very useful against bosses or against units right before they reach the Pyre Room. Okay, when you summon a second unit during a turn, gain 3 Ember. This is one of the ones we had last time. We also have Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. The Extinguish ability isn't going to help us too much because we're only going to carry with us 1 extra unit. And unless that particular unit that we pick happens to have an Extinguish trigger, basically this is a useless artifact. Hell's Banners is going to be pretty good for us regardless of how the rest of our deck goes, because we will be playing morsels ideally every turn. So this is interesting because last time I tried the Burnout 3, which with Reform ended up being incredibly strong. I think we might go that route again with the idea that we get the Resolve Reform later on, because he can carry you through those early fights, allowing us to structure our deck. And then at the end, we get the Reform triggers on him and being able to maximize the Reform triggers onto our morsels. At the start of each battle, enemy units appear on each floor. This is okay because we are going to be reforming our champion anyway. So it's not too much of an issue if he's taking a lot of damage. So we can get 1 here, get the Train Steward behind him, and then get another Train Steward on the bottom. We have Immortal Entrapment, but we can't use it on anyone. So yeah, we take 3 damage. Hopefully we can put a Dreg is fantastic. We have nothing that's died yet. So we get the Dreg out. I don't think we need to use the Primal Dusts yet. I think it's better if we do more damage to these bottom units. Although that's a 5. I mean, the biggest problem is that maybe I do it on this guy. Yeah, that might be the play. We don't want to use it on a Rector Flicker because he's going to die in 2 turns anyway, and then we'll reform him. Well, ideally we reform him. So I think putting it on this Train Steward just to prevent some early damage on him is fine. And we're going to take now 1 damage to the Pyre, and we did miss the Collector with the 75 gold, or 75 coins, sorry. Train Steward can absorb 8, and then putting 2 Dregs behind him to do extra damage. We can throw in some Morsels, and I think we want them on our bottom Train Steward, at least one of them, and then on this Train Steward. So the boss actually will take some damage from our, actually quite a lot of damage from our Train Steward, just because of his damage shields, and I mean the lifesteal is not really helping that much. We're definitely going to reform our Rector Flicker, put him up top to take out the first 2 units. This unit goes to the top and dies to the Pyre. Yeah, we can put another Dreg out just to do extra damage to the boss. So that seems fine. We can get, let's put a damage shield on this Train Steward because then he will heal. Yeah, he'll heal back up from the lifesteal that he still has. And he'll have that damage shield. so then he should be able to take 3 hits. I don't know if that probably isn't enough to kill the boss. Maybe if we get back, we will. And we do get molded. And I think the drag is going to make the most sense. And we want it behind. Yeah. So that's doing quite a lot of damage. And we can get an energy. And we can get another one, another energy. And we can just put 2 damage shield on our Rector Flicker. Okay, that was pretty straightforward. I mean, this is the advantage of having this Mortal Entrapment, is that even reforming, right? We can play another drag, and then we can daze him or kill him in this case. Okay. Do we need? Is that a? That's a 3rd molded. Let's try it. We definitely want Morsel Minor. Spells, and hopefully we get cost reduction. Holdover would also be good. We need to add. Do we have any damage? We have Mortal Entrapment, but I don't think we want it to cost any more. I think we will re-roll and hope for holdover. We didn't get it, but we did get another minus cost. And I think it's really important that our moldeds are low cost, and then we can get out one of our trains. Oh, you know, I didn't even look. I didn't even look at the units yet. Alloyed Construct. This could be the one that we take, and we don't have it golden yet. Maybe that's a sign. Let's try it. We need to buff him, for sure, but the fact that he starts with multi-strike makes it very appealing. Non-boss units get +4 damage. The early, these early drafts, we don't need a unit draft though, but I mean it's 10 gold, even if we don't take the unit. But yeah, the challenge should be pretty easy because our Rector Flicker has so much health. We'll put the Alloyed Construct on a separate floor. We can't play the Mortal Entrapment right now, so then instead we put the drag behind in order to take out the Reconciler, and we'll put a Train Steward on the top floor. Okay, good. Now we're starting to get morsels. We don't have anything to reform yet. We want definitely a Morsel Miner on the same floor as our Alloyed Construct. He'll take the most advantage from it. Do we use this just to get it out and get some... Yeah, let's get some damage shield on him. Ideally, we can bring back something to chump block for him. I didn't see the health. It's doing 6 damage, but I still think getting the Morsel Miner is really important. We can chump block with a drag. I just want to keep as much damage shield on him as possible, that's the idea. And getting another morsel. So I think we chump block with 1 drag, put our Train Steward up top, and we can purge out the Sinner's Burden. Okay, we did not get a reform, but we can put 2 Train Stewards down below, get 2 Shade Splitters, giving him even more damage. He gets lifesteal, and he has another damage shield that will put him at 3 damage shield. We can add another 3, so he'll have 6 damage shield. He might be able to do it. How much fuel does he have? He will have 5 fuel after this, and he will do 70 per hit. Yeah, he'll kill the boss. We're very likely to draw a reform as well, so even if he, even if he died, we would have been able to put the champion there and killed him anyway. We're going to keep some of his burdens and end it. So getting quick, getting trample, getting any of these spells, we want to increase burnout, reform a unit, and enhance it with +10 damage. Even right now, it's still quite strong, but I think even the minus 2 energy cost, and I think we had permafrost. Getting permafrost on this would have been really nice. I should have thought about that earlier. there's the second one. We'll skip for the gold or the coins. And now I think we would do some. Is there anything we want to duplicate at this point? Not really. I think getting more spell improvements. We can take the Legion of Wax would have also been a good one. So we now got the permafrost. We have one -1 to spell cost. I think getting the Wicked Blaze down to 1. And then getting permafrost on the Mortal Entrapment so that we can use that on the boss or in any strong unit when it's convenient. We can't take Dante. I mean, he would also be an excellent second unit. But I actually think we're okay with the Alloyed Construct, and I don't know that we could survive having the blights in our deck for so long while we wait for Dante and his cloak of many buffs to arrive. And we're going to set it up very similar to how we did it in the last fight. Put the Rector Flicker on the bottom, put the Alloyed Construct one row up, so that we can already start refueling him. And we could even put a Train Steward down here just to eliminate this second Foot Soldier, which means that only the food students can have. Okay, we can already do Morsel Miner. We can reform, I think we'll reform the Lifesteal Morsel. We can play Perils of Production on him to give him 2 rage, but I don't think it's necessary now. Maybe later on we can add that in. Getting an extra energy seems fine. And where do we want a second Train Steward? I think on the top floor, just to get it out of the deck. And I'm not too concerned about all this damage on the Rector Flicker, because in the end, he's going to die this next turn, and we're going to bring him back. That's the goal. Definitely getting back a Morsel Miner. We can chump block as well with a drag. We put the drag, so we do we can do double drag. But I actually don't think we need to do that. Instead, let's put a drag on this bottom floor to put more damage on the Forged Disciple. We can put a second Train Steward up top with another drag, and then finish off with 6 damage shield. Now he's not taking any damage because he had Lifesteal. That was why. Okay. Now our champion gets Burnout. Hopefully we can already bring him back. Put him back on the bottom floor. We still get another morsel and a damage shield morsel, which is great. We can chump block with the drag to maintain more of his damage shields, and we can't play out the last turn. Let's bring back a really strong Morsel Miner. He can even chump block at this point because he has so much health. Our drag's going to die anyway to burn out. We can put another morsel up there. Let's put a Train Steward up top, and we can add an additional 3 damage here. Okay, so that will do 75 damage. We can even, as I said, we can Mortal Entrap to do even more. Oh, because I was being stupid. My drag kept getting all of the triggers. I was like, why isn't he getting more fuel? So I have to be really careful about chump blocking in front of the Alloyed Construct, so that he's actually getting all the fuel every time. And then we bring back the Excavator. It's not going to do a lot more damage to the boss. We can put down one here, and then we can do something like that. Okay, and then he's dead. Just for fun, we can add in another Morsel Miner Put on the Heralds of Production. Let's see, get these guys. And yeah, that's good. Okay. So all the way through Daedalus, we took 1 hit on our Pyre for 4 damage early on. Umbra Stone again. And Umbra Stone is really strong on our Alloyed Construct. What do we need? More capacity? I think more draw. We can't fit, or we can already fit plenty of units on the same floors as our Rector Flicker and the Alloyed Construct. So I think just getting more draw, getting those reforms. I don't think we need energy because of the Hell's Banners. Basically that gives us 2 permanent energy. I mean, I think almost every single unit draft has had an Alloyed Construct. Useful. Getting him with a 3rd multi-strike is really nice, and I think loses 1 stack every turn. Is that? Yeah, each turn, so it's per turn, not per attack. We can purge out another train. Let's see if we get Harvest or even bigger Rector Flicker. Well, we're not really harvesting so much on his floor anymore. I think we take the Burnout, and I'm really hoping that we get Reform as our last. Even getting 1 Reform would be really valuable. Non-boss enemy units get +6. I think this is still fine. We should be able to take out most units with our Rector Flicker, like the big front units, and we can always chump block for our Alloyed Construct. So we do Rector Flicker, Alloyed Construct. He's not going to be able to attack next turn. So knowing that he cannot attack next turn, we need to get damage on him, and then we can use the Mortal Entrapment. And let's put a second train steward on the top floor. We can get a Dreadnought. We can get 3 Shade Splitters, which seems good. To fuel up our Alloyed Construct, we can use Mortal Entrapment, and then it will die to our train steward on the top floor. And now he's running 2 damage, and we can still chump block for him as well. Getting him Trample seems good. Alternatively, getting Trample on our... but he loses it, so we should put it on him. It's more consistently good on him. We will chump block with this. We can use Wicked Blaze to bring back one of our energy morsels with a lot of damage behind him. And we can also reform a second run with less damage behind him. This would enable us to get a really big Primal Dust on our Alloyed Construct, which I think is worth it. We did not get Reform, but I'm not too worried about that right now. We for sure are going to play just the Shade Splitter. 8. And then a drag will be 9. Then we do enough damage to kill him and start using the second time. Okay. So then we molded our Rector Flicker to get it on the top floor. We molded to get a Morsel Miner onto this floor. None of these guys are injured. We Shade Splitter The second morsel, we shade splitter to get a third morsel. So that means that he will have at the end 7 fuel. And how much damage shield does he still have left? He still has 2 damage shield left. Wickless Blaze on our Morsel Miner. I think. Or do we get it on a... No, I think we just still want the Morsel Miners to buff up our Alloyed Construct. We get a second. I think we want the lifesteal and damage. We can chump block. He has 1 damage shield. If we chump block with this, we will do some damage to him, but it is pretty negligible. I think better would be just to get a damage shield on our Rector Flicker for now. And we can toss a drag in there just to die. We can't play this on anybody yet. We can just put that on him for now. Cool. And he's almost dying, or he's dying. If we get any type of damage, like a Morsel Miner, then he's dead. We could even bring back this Jeweler just to give him extra damage shield. Being able to then play another Morsel Miner. So it's going pretty well. That was 4-4, so we're halfway through the floors, and so far I've only taken 4 damage to our Pyre. Getting a Fatal Melting is always good, but I think getting the Sacred Wicks is going to be stronger. And there's the Furnace Tap. And this time he would keep it because he doesn't burn out. We have so many enablers to get extra ember. I think this is okay for us. So I think it's worth trying to upgrade our spells some more. Reducing the cost of Mortal Entrapment means that we can play it starting from 0 ember as long as we have, as long as we can trigger Hell's Banners. Do we have any consume cards? Getting Furnace Tap to not consume. And then we need a -1 ember. There it is. And we can get holdover on one of our 0 cost moldeds. That means we will almost guarantee that we can play Hell's Banners every turn. This is looking really strong. I don't want to oversell it because of how the last run went. Maybe it's because I'm not streaming that I'm able to focus a little bit more, but this has seemed to be much more consistent. You know, getting a single Gift of Gratitude, just being able to get like 90 plus coin one time. There should be turns where we can fit it in. So I'm not too concerned there. Enemy units enter with 15 armor. Let's give it a try. The extra coin will help us out a lot in making sure that we can eliminate enough of our units, because we still need to get rid of 2 more Train Stewards. Because normally the big units are going to be in the We can already get a Shade Splitter, which is fantastic, so that we enable that he at least has 1 fuel. Do we dump a Train Steward on the same floor as our Rector Flicker? We definitely don't put it on the bottom floor. And then let's put RD2 damage shield Alloyed Construct. Morsel Miner. So I think that'll get that's +3, +5, +8. Yeah, that'll get us enough to kill off, honestly, both of these. Because one would kill him off, and then with 3, with an extra 8, that should kill off the backliner as well. I think we want to do a dreg. Getting a train steward down here, it will die, and then trigger a harvest trigger on him. But I don't really want it sitting in my deck either. So I think we do that. Gain some energy, and then more damage. Now, so he'll take out all of those, but ideally we can start molding some units back. We definitely want. Now here's the question. No, we can't. I keep forgetting that we lose it after burnout. So that's going to be enough to kill basically everything left over here. We want to put another Shade Splitter out, or another Morsel out. That takes out all of those units. Do we want to... We can also Sacred Wicks. And do we want to Chump Block? I don't think so. I think just giving him more and more damage makes sense. And yeah, we can put these guys down there just to die. Yeah, so I assume we're going to have 20 damage to take out the big unit in the back. Molded to get back the Morsel Miner again. And he can absorb 11. That's not quite enough. We can put out a drag on this. We can Molded to get back our Rector Flicker. And now the question is, do we put the Rector Flicker on this floor? Because he will do 90 damage to this unit now. Or do we put him in the back, let these guys die, and just let him do some damage? In fact, if we put him in the front, they don't kill anybody. So we can put him in the back. Front wing block for him, and then we definitely want him to have trample. So now that's 204 damage that tramples. It's going to be upgraded to 224 after this. And we molded to get back our Morsel Miner. He still can't do enough to tank. And we get back our Magma Morsel to do even more damage. We can Molded to get back a Lifesteal. We could... No, we can't. And we can put him there just to get some more energy next turn. Okay, so we can do... This would be a good turn to play the Gift of Gratitude, but I don't think we're going to do it that way. If we wait for a non-Ember Drain, we can keep it until the next turn. Or... what are we bringing back? We're bringing back Big Morsel Miner. Now he can tank, which is great. We can do Perils of Production. We can get 90 right now. I think that that's worth it. So we do 1 Shade Splitter, which is great. We get a damage shield on our guy. We do Gift of Gratitude now for 120. We do Perils of Production, then we do we only have the 1 molded, and I think we're going to take Morsel Miner, upgrade it again. And he's dead. And we can even get back our Rector Flicker, get back our Giant Morsel Miner, which then enables another multi-strike 6 with 1 range. So I feel like we might be able to do it this time. I'm not going to take any of these, I don't think. It's a little bit late in the run. We're already getting onto the 6th floor for us to be doing Subsuming Blade. The 1 entrapment is permafrosted already, and I don't think we want Sacred Wicks. I think we want more controlled reform. We could get this just to get extra energy, but I don't know if it's necessary. We end up Ember draining so much anyway, so I think we'll skip there as well. Take the coin, and now we go to the unit upgrade or the trinket upgrade. We go to the unit upgrade so we can get the boon. We can hopefully get. We give him just extra health, double his health. Large stone wouldn't be terrible. We don't need an extra multi-strike. Quick would be fantastic on him. Let's just go for it. We got quick. That's great. So now he'll be quick, trample, and multi-strike. So it's about a unit you could ask for. We have enough gold to take out the 2 train stewards, which was what I was a little bit nervous about. And we have 2 more vents left. We can get a super drag for now, and then just like in the last run we did, at least he'll be useful for us all the way up until Seraph. Fell. This is the really nice thing about having the trample, the quick, and the multi-strike, is that first off, even if Fell gives them range, which he doesn't, he gives them armor. But okay, so we put Fell on the bottom floor, Fell on the middle floor again, so that it can take out the statue and actually do damage to these sycophants. We put the alloyed construct on top, give it a morsel and an Umbra stone, and we don't have anything to reform. So now he's got 1 fuel. We really need a lot. That's a lot more fuel. We can molded this morsel, get 2 more morsels and a morsel miner. Let's see what the last one is. We want damage, we can put energy, so let him tank. Crap. He triggers with guess as well, so we can back to that. And we'll keep this for later. Doing 2 damage to Fell. already the Ember Strike, or the Furnace Tap. We can get back Morsel Miner. We can get back the Energy, the Chump Block, save some damage. Or does he have Lifesteal? He has Lifesteal. That really wasn't necessary. And then Shade Splitter to get another energy, so now he'll have 5 fuel after this. Get him another Multi-Strike. He is also gain a spell, so we can dump him down there and put out 4 damage shield. I still think we do it. We lose 1 damage shield, but it's pretty strong, and I don't know how often we're going to get that much energy. We molded to get back the Rector Flicker. Put it on the top floor, it takes out this first unit. We have the Mortal Entrapment now for Fel later on. We can do Double Drag, Sign. Oh, actually, he attacks first, so we're not in any danger at all. I forgot that he was quick now. Among all other things. 180 damage seems pretty good, and we should be able to use another Furnace Strike. We'll get this. Heal. Furnace Strike. Gain 3. I thought it was gain 1, but I was wrong. Gain 3. I mean, I'm not going to be unhappy about that, and we get another energy that we can't use, but we want more fuel, more and more fuel. He's got 4 now. How much fuel does he have? He's got 6. So I think we're going to be just fine. We can use Sacred Wicks to get back 2 units. Let's see what else we get first. Big Drag can go on the same floor as our Rector Flicker. And they both take out this front unit. He should be able to do enough damage, I think, especially if we can get a Morsel Miner behind it. Which we can. Oh yeah, we only have to get through 1, it's not the same unit twice. We can do Wicked Blaze to get back this Excavator. We can get another Morsel Miner. And this guy can just be down here to do some damage. Okay. Good. We can do a big Morsel Miner first. We can do a second Morsel Miner. That enables us to do the Furnace Tap again. We can do we can do 1 more morsel, get some extra health, do Perils of Protection, allowing us to daze of damage on Fel. Not really necessary right now, but might as well get extra damage on it. And yeah, so we do 1, get our Rector Flicker back. Do we just put this on the bottom floor? We'll just get it back again. And he does 400 damage to the boss. He has 10 fuel. I think we're going to... Now we can molded our Morsel Miner. Molded our other Morsel Miner. Wicked Blaze, Rector Flicker. 5 hits. If we get 6 hits, he almost dies. So we can rage. And jump block. Almost done. Okay. Yeah, he's dead. Got through fell. We don't need any of this. I'm still thinking more draw. Or getting 1 capacity. We don't need the energy. We're going to be trimming out the dregs, which means we will rely on our moldeds in order to our moldeds and our perils of production in order to be able to trigger our Hell's Banners. So I'm thinking that we get the extra draw. We're even going to be getting rid of Super Dreg. So this makes sense to me. Here we need to take the Unstable Vortex, even though we don't take benefit from the Merchant of Steel. Get rid of 2 dregs. And we make sure we don't get rid of Super Dreg on accident. And Caravan, or what are these called? Concealed Caverns. We don't need either of these. All right. Let's upgrade our champion. He gets reform. Yeah, that and between that and our holdover, then we have permanent uptime. And we're going to be upgrading spells next, so I want to save. Yes, I want to save my coin. We do damage with spells, we do damage with 1 spell. I don't know if the daze trigger still goes off, but even if we don't get the daze trigger, getting the 400 coin will allow us to buy a lot of trinkets and upgrade our spells. In this case, I think we can start with the Rector Flicker on the bottom floor. We have 1 Shade Splitter, and this is the holdover molded, which we won't need because the Shade Splitter will come back from the Rector Flicker anyway. He's quick, let's see, so 85. It will take 2 of the shots to kill the first one, and then we put Umbra Stone on him. We should do that. We put Power Construct on the 2nd floor. Put Umbra Stone on him. Get our Shade Splitter. Not the best one for us. And then use that just to keep hold over. And I don't think we get 1 damage shield. We'll kill the first one. If we Furnace Tap, he kills the second. He kills all of them because of the trample. Right. Okay, so no real risk there. We can put a drag up top. We need to play this just to maintain holdover. Put a Morsel Miner or a Morsel and life steals, great. Also great. And now we can reform our champion again. How are we doing here? We're killing 1. If we put the champion in front, we still don't kill the second unit. And none of them have taken damage yet. Let's do Sacred Wicks. Let's bring back the champ. I think we might put him on the top floor. If we enrage, he'll do even more damage. And then we just need one unit here. That's the trigger. This guy will also do additional damage. We can do Making a Morsel. And then we use the damage shield at the end. So we get this guy out. We get this guy out. Perils of Production. He has fuel, right? Yeah, of course. He's doing a lot of damage. 45, and then Primal Dust. So we will lose all the damage shield on this turn, but that gets him. It's not quite within kill range of our. If we get Super Drag, then it'll die. He's killing all of them. Did we get Super Drag? There is Super Drag. 39. And it might actually be worth it to put Multi-Strike onto Super Drag to make sure that he doesn't do any damage to us. Or we can play, that's the other way we do it. So we put out Super Drag, and then we can Mortal Entrap it so that it dies to our Rector Flicker, and then our Drag kills the Shaking. So he's going to kill the whole floor. He takes 5 damage because of the Extinguish trigger. So we can chump block that with one of our... Even our Muscle Miner can chump block that. Molded for, I think, the extra health, the lifesteal and damage. I think still the extra damage. Another drag out on this bottom floor. And this guy's gonna clear, I think, all of those units. Especially if we give him another fast tap. And then we can bring back the other one. Oh, I didn't play Mortal Entrap. We're gonna take... I had forgotten. So they all die, and he takes 10 damage. We can find a way to chunk block. The Morsel Miner is already enough. And we can put this Morsel out. We can Making a Morsel to get Morsel Miner, and we could Wicked Blaze to get back this Drag. 5, 10. Mortal Entrapment's not going to do anything. But we can still put this on him. And if I get 2 Shade Splitters, it doesn't do anything, they just all die. But I'm doing a trade with him. Super Drag came back. Let's put Super Drag on the bottom floor. He kills all of them and takes the same damage like we've seen before. So let's chump block with Morsel Miner. Bring back a second Morsel Miner. Bring back a Excavator, no, extra health on our Super Drag, and a final Morsel Miner. This is great, because then we can bring back, we'll start with the Morsel Miner, the big Morsel Miner. We can add extra rage and Wicked Blaze, our record trigger, and put it in front. Which means we do quite a lot of damage. And we'll be able to Mortal Entrapment the boss when he gets to this floor. The question is, do we want to Furnace Tap the boss, him to do his damage twice and increase his damage? Or do we do it on him? No, I think we keep it. I think we. Let's see. He would do 92 times 6. And he would be able to do that twice. I think that this is still better. Even more so. Give him extra health. And if worst comes to worst, we can always bring our boss unit back again. Okay, so yeah, he's dead. And we can even come block with our Rector Clicker. He takes no damage. Yeah. Okay, good fights. We took the challenge and we got the extra 400. And what do we get to end with? I don't think we need Fatal Melting. Our guy is his own AoE. We don't need Cave In. Void Binding to give him damage shield, rage, and more Ember Drain. Seems fine. We just always play it last, and we're not struggling too much with Ember right now. So let's do this. We needed to get rid of our last 2 dregs. So now we only have the 1 unit left. And let's see what spells we get. We get another -1. Making Wicked Blaze free could be good. Making a Morsel free. I think making the Wicked Blaze free. And then giving holdover to our other molded spell. We have nothing that does damage. Let's see what trinkets we get offered. When you summon your first morsel, draw a card. That's great. Morsel units get damage shield 1, also great. And friendly units gain +10. +2 capacity on the middle floor could also be good just to get more, but I think getting the friendly units +10 damage is... Alright, so we're at the end again. This is our most consistent of the 4 runs we've done. This is the most consistent deck I think we have. And now that I understand all the mechanics, shouldn't make those same mistakes. Seraph is the Devourer again, so we need to be very careful. Try to play consume cards that are already consuming. So we'll, for example, start with the... Okay, so we gotta do this in a very specific order. Alloy Construct. Do we need to play any other spells right now? We do need to play a Shade Splitter. But later on, we actually don't need the Shade Splitters because we're going to get all of our units from reforming. But I still think it's worth it now to keep it and just get rid of the consume card. We put down our Rector Flicker, we get a Shade Splitter, and we play a second Shade Splitter. That's right, because we get one for Undead Morsels. And then we want to play this because it holds open, and we won't do the parallel production right now. Right? Because we don't need the energy. We are going to have problems with the mutilations. We are currently not killing the purifiers. What do we want to consume? Making a morsel. Entrapment. It's so good on Seraph, but how many actual consumes? We have 3 more actual consume cards to play. We need to keep. I mean, these have to stay until the end. We need the moldeds. Making of a morsel. I think we need to. We can do this once. It means we only get one. Would get one morsel miner, but he would be really strong. We're not going to be hurting for morsels in general. So I think, given the choices, being able to get a second making of a morsel though, or a second morsel miner would be really good for the alloy construct. But then just, I think. This is insurance. We can survive without a second morsel miner. Now, what about jump blocking here? Bring this guy back. We're actually okay to take damage because we will have the we will have the lifesteal for the next hit. And we can even Mortal Entrapment just to clear off this floor now that it's not going to be consumed. Play these out. And nothing else to reform. Let's see what other Shade Splitter we get. We don't need the extra damage, so we'll put it in there. He can tank 1 damage shield, 10, and he can't tank all of this. So we'll put him behind to do some extra damage and to get some energy. And we want to play this just so that it's held over. We would have gotten a trample. I think it's going to be the Wicked. I really like being able to get additional multi-strikes. Wicked Blaze is important for us as a second multi-strike. That multi-strike now means that the Purifier dies. would rather have Furnace Tap. So let's get rid of these 3 now. So get. And we put in the Missile Miner. We use Void Binding. I don't care about this as much. Cool. Saved by the draw. Okay. So then we can do Furnace Tap. Wicked Blaze on the Lifesteal. Molded on the Energy. Molded on the other energy. The bigger one we want to put on the bottom. He's gonna burn out anyway. So we can just use this to... Why is he dying? Oh, it's he extinguishes on death and then that's why he's dying. So we can put this behind this guy. And then... Water cards left. That's fantastic. We have an Sacred Wicks was already going to consume. These are 2 good units to put out. We can molded our Rector Flicker. These guys up here. Put the Rector Flicker down below. We put Trample on our Allied Construct. Get rid of the Cell Mutilation. We have several cards that we're okay with getting. Still feel like this is not necessary for us for the rest of the fight. The only spell that is going to cost is Furnace Tap and Auto Entrapment. All the rest should be zeros, except for the Vengeful Shards. Another Furnace Strike on our Allied Construct. Purge these out. Play this to get it to hold over and add another morsel for our champion. We will draw the last molded. So I think there's no way around it. We're going to have to play one of our moldeds here, but we will be able to keep the other one, and then we'll start drawing into more consumable spells. He does all of that and does damage to Seraph. That's crazy. molded unit do we want? Probably the Morsel Miner again. This, get Morsel Miner, putting him up there, do even more damage to Seraph, get out the Excavator, do more damage to Seraph, getting out the Rubble Morsel to do more damage to Seraph, and then if we put this guy in front, does die. Maybe that's okay. Save some damage on our Vector Flicker. Does he have 9? We can use this first so that we just get it out. Molded. Morsel Miner. I think we just have to keep getting fuel on him. He's got 11 fuel right now. Vector Flicker will die. We can reform him. We won't get the reform trigger from Vector Flicker. 12 damage and nothing. Morsel Miner. Rubble Morsel. Vengeful Shard. Vengeful Shard. Shield Splitter. Another. Misplays, Vector Flicker. Here I feel like having a chum block actually would add a lot of value. He kills through all of them. Three vengeful shards. Getting Furnace Tap on him would be really strong. Because we can play this, which gives us 3 energy. I think what's going to do more
health. No, but with something with higher damage. Those together take out the first one. And then he gets lifesteal. $381. Seeing how we're able to we'll end up putting our champion as a blocker for him. The 13 fuel, that should be sufficient. And in that case, getting this on him now will massively increase the amount of damage that the boss takes. Mortal Entrapment also does, because it means that, okay, so Mortal Entrapment means that they both survive. He gets the health and damage, and the health from damage from him, and a lifesteal. Hits again, takes 30, hits again, takes 30, hits again, takes 30, hits again. You get 5 hits off. Then we can bring him back. I think that's it. Reform. Get our rector. Redeemed. Right. We got it done. Oh man. That was rough. That was rough. But did it. Took 4 runs. Took me doing it off stream so that I could use my brain, but managed to get it done. So this is the first. The plan is to do several of these, like call them Masochist runs. So they're runs where you intentionally cripple yourself just to make yourself work harder. That Alloyed Construct, he deserves the gold he got. He carried me through. And I've put some shade on Alloyed Construct in the past because I find him to be kind of inconsistent. But honestly, when you have such a single-minded focused deck around Alloyed Construct, I think then he shines a lot more compared to when he's one of several units that you're filling out your deck with. So I really want to do more experimenting with these very single-minded, very focused decks. I mean, this one's very RNG. You'd have to get the Alloyed Construct, and you'd have to kind of build around it. But I think, in general, there could be a lot of fun ways to build that are maybe not so common, and exploiting very specific interactions. So, yeah. So thank you for watching. Appreciate your support. And we're gonna keep going. Really, really pleased with how this run turned out. So I feel like as I said, I feel like I redeemed myself. And yeah, so if you liked the video, please click like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and I will see you in the next one.